Hello world, I'm Fanny, and today I thought it would be nice to work on a little introductory animation for the channel. The small bit of animation that you've just seen is actually today's progress. Still a little bare bone, I know, but with enough time and effort it may turn out nicely. So, after getting a little cozy with Krita, I began painting in the background. I wasn't going for anything too fancy, just something to separate the background from the foreground. I tried to make the background somewhat soothing to look at, but I'm not sure if I was able to accomplish that. Perhaps in the future, looking at some references could help. After finishing the background, it was on to the keyframes. For those of you who may not know, keyframes or extremes are the frames in an animation that can tell the story. Now, I'm no animation expert, but I think that a fine indicator of good keyframes is being able to tell what's going on in a scene with just the keyframes alone. Fortunately, being a bouncing ball made the keyframes relatively simple to place. If I were to do it again though, I would definitely give the keyframes a little more variation. I end up adding a reference ball in the sky here to aid in maintaining the ball's mass. This is because of the animation principle called squash and stretch. As the ball gets longer, I try to make it stretch out, indicating its speed. However, while doing this, the ball's mass should stay the same. Of course, there are exceptions like animation smears and things that are growing or shrinking, but in general, I think that this can help your animation stay a bit more consistent. Now that the keyframes are done, it's time to start adding the passing positions and the in-betweens. The passing position, from what I've learned, is the second most important kind of frame, as it shows how subjects get from one keyframe to the next. Naturally, in-betweens go in between other frames to help bring everything together. If I were to do this part over again, I would definitely work on keyframes, then passing positions, then in-betweens. Here, I kind of work on the passing positions, but then switch to in-betweens. Here, I start adding the in-betweens, but due to how I animated previously, I didn't have too good of a foundation to work off of. Next time, I'll be sure to work a lot harder on the keyframes and passing positions. As you can see, I eventually admit defeat and start doing the best I can on ones. Animating on ones, or without any holding frames in between your drawings, can make the animation look much smoother. That is, if they're done well. I did take quite a while on these, but I guess I'm happy with the result. I eventually add the Fanny Forge title to the end, but I forgot to record it, so I guess that'll be the end for today. If you would like to learn some more about animation, then I would highly recommend Alan Becker's fantastic video on the 12 Principles of Animation. Link to that video in the description. Anyway, I hope you were able to learn something with me today, and I shall be here next week with another video. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye!